Welcome, movie fans. Thanks for joining us for episode 127 of Reading Between the Reels, the premier podcast of multiple choice backstories. If you're a new listener, we're so glad you found us. If you've been enjoying the show, please like, follow, and subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. You can also support the show by posting on your socials and by joining our Facebook group. I'm Craig Dickinson, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts Corey Heitschmidt and Justin Eldon. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
I'm doing great. Sorry, that's all I got.
Justin, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well as well. We're 3 teachers on summer break, so it's great stuff.
Just a little bit left, yeah. So during this very long summer break, I've watched a lot of TV and movies. What are some of the things you guys have watched since the last time we talked?
I'm currently watching Mr. Robot on Netflix. I've seen it before, but like as it came out last time, and I'm going through it now, kind of binging it. It's fantastic. If you guys have not seen Mr. Robot, it is really, really good. Well written, like good character development, good story arcs. I would put it up there with, if you like Breaking Bad, it's up there like with Breaking Bad in terms of quality. Like they do some fun stuff in there as well. So I've been watching Mr. Robot. I have young kids at home, so I've been watching a lot of K-pop Demon Hunters.
My daughter's into that, yeah.
Which, oh my goodness, the music, it's actually good. I like it. You know, on like the first watch, I was like, I don't know about this. But now that I'm on like the 37th watch, I'm like, no, yeah, I like this. It's good stuff.
Corey, have you seen that? I've not seen it yet.
I remember when it came out, like you said, Justin, I watched it just the beginning, like first couple episodes, and then I faded off on it.
It feels very much like, and I actually think it might have some of the same animators. I haven't verified that, but my wife told me that. She doesn't normally lie. It has the same animators as Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh.
So it has
Nice.
a little bit of that feel to it.
Style
it's well
feels
done.
like that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Your main actor in that movie, Rami Malek,
Yeah.
he just came out with a show that I really want to see. I can't remember if it's come out yet or not.
Is it a movie?
Yes.
The Amateur?
Yes, where he's like becomes this secret spy kind of thing, and my wife really wants
like
to watch it.
Born
I think
Identity,
it
but
comes out
like
soon.
for nerds. Yeah.
Yeah. I
tried watching it, and he fits the Mr. Robot show really, really well. He's like a stoner hacker, recluse, like introvert that's slightly psychotic.
Yes.
But then in The Amateur, I tried watching it, and I'm like, he has like a normal life. He has a wife. He has a house. He has a job, and I'm like, I can't. You don't fit. You don't
fit the profile.
You don't fit that. So it's odd. I didn't finish it, but it was fine so far.
Okay. Well, the premise looks good.
Yeah. It was like Jason Bourne for nerds.
Corey, what have you been watching, though?
I tell you what, I haven't watched a lot of TV, but here's where I'm at. My wife and I are watching Resident Alien. We're wrapping up season 3, about to head to season 4. It just got canceled. Just came out last week. I'm upset about it because I love the show and I thought my wife would like it, and she's starting to love the show too. The humor. Alan Tudyk is absolutely incredible in that movie. And I'm crushed, but I saw an interview with him, and I think here's the reality of where we're at. And I've been trying to process this all week. He says that their show got canceled because it ran out of money and all of these things. And the whole point in old traditional shows, they post them on, it went to the USA Network. It got canceled on Sci-Fi, went to USA. Now they were shopping for another network. They might make a movie, all this. But it's not like their traditional days anymore where you put a movie and we wait and sat down every Tuesday to watch the show. And there were ads that would make money for the show. Now we all wait for streaming, and I'm going to binge the whole season in a matter of a week. And so we have shows that either aren't going to get made or aren't going to get renewed because of how media is changing. So I'm really struggling with that because this is a great show. I love it. It's been delayed and canceled a couple times, and so the characters have actually aged a little bit in the couple years it's been on. So especially when they had a kid in there. The kid has aged quite a bit through the show. But it's an incredible show. I fell in love with Alan Tudyk. started looking him up. Found out the guy's got 156 movies to his
He's been in a
credit.
ton of stuff.
And apparently he's been in every Disney movie since 2012. Every Disney movie.
Sure.
So, he's tremendous. So, came from Firefly, which is a good show that I've never watched that I apparently need to.
Dude, you so need to. You'd love it. It's right up your alley.
Well, and the guy from that's also in Superman with him. So,
yeah.
What's
Nathan
it?
Fillion.
Yes, Nathan Fillion. So anyway, that's what I've been watching. I'm looking forward to wrapping up season 4 and putting a little bow on it. Craig?
So, just a couple things I want to bring attention to that I've been watching. I rewatched Heat just after I finished watching our movie for tonight because I know that's a huge influence on The Dark Knight. And Justin, I know Corey hasn't seen it. Have you seen Heat with Pacino and De Niro?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't like it. It's from 95. I saw it in the theater as a 19-year-old and didn't dig it. But I think in much the same way that I didn't appreciate Blade Runner the first time I saw it, every time I watch it now, I appreciate it more and more.
That's because you were uncultured.
Yeah. The cast
Corey.
is ridiculous. Obviously, it's Pacino and De Niro. Pacino plays a cop, and he's chasing De Niro, who's a thief, and Val Kilmer's in it. Great, just tons of actors that you recognize in it. It's crime drama that is a huge influence on The Dark Knight. So if you watch Heat after, you're like, wow, this really it feels very much the same way as The Dark Knight does. It's this sprawling crime drama, just some amazing action sequences, heists, and all the things. It's a lot of fun. Great score. It's Michael Mann who is responsible for a lot of things that we already like. We've talked a couple times off mic about Last of the Mohicans. Right. So Michael Mann is he's responsible for Miami Vice. So it's very stylized. It's a lot of that kind of stuff. So check that out, guys. It's really, really good. It's very easy to come by. I think might be on Prime right now. I think it is, but
95, you said?
Yeah, 95.
That's when good movies were still being made. I'll watch that.
Yeah. It's about 2.5 hours long. It's long, but there wasn't any part that I was like, wow, this is dragging. Maybe a little bit at the beginning, but it's like the middle of the film, and you're like, okay, I'm totally sucked in. So I watched that. I watched Immaculate. Have you guys seen that?
Immaculate.
No.
So Immaculate it was on Hulu. It's a Sydney Sweeney movie who's been very much in the news, and so I think that's why it kind of populated in my feed. It's kind of a Rosemary's Baby type of thing. She's a nun and she gets taken in. She goes into like this convent in Italy, and there's a whole conspiracy.
I'm not buying it right off the bat. Not buying it. Not a nun.
First off, Sydney Sweeney's a nun.
Nah,
she's a nun.
Poorly cast. I haven't seen the movie, but it's poorly cast.
It is a B movie, but it has some decent
First
twists
off,
in
Sydney
it.
Sweeney's in a B movie. You're telling me this?
Yeah. So
No way.
Corey, it's got some interesting things in there with
She was in
Catholicism.
Madam Web, Corey.
Yeah, come on, man.
The bar's pretty low.
Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna spoil the crap out of this. All right, so here's the
spoil it.
I'm gonna spoil it. So if fast forward about 15 seconds if you don't want to hear the end. So what happens is that this church in Italy or whatever has one of the spikes that helped crucify Christ, and they pulled DNA from it, and so they've been
clone
doing
him like Jurassic Park.
Yes, they impregnate her with with a baby that's supposed to be like the second coming. No, I'm serious. It's that. And there's like one of the priests used to be a former geneticist and all that stuff. So
Wait, what?
I mean, it's called Immaculate.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's only about 90 minutes. You'll get through it pretty quick. It's kind of fun because it's so stupid. But
this is recent, 2024.
Yes.
Oh.
It's recent. It's on Hulu. It's very easy.
Her agent should have talked to her about this.
Well, she produced it. Like this is her baby.
Oh,
quite literally.
yeah. Still,
Her baby.
those agents have to step in there and say, not all
yeah.
your ideas are good ideas.
So, all right. So that's
That's funny. Okay, I'm gonna
flip
watch that.
side, yeah, you should watch it. On the flip side, I rewatched.
Sorry, Craig. I have it on IMDb right here, and the trailer playing, and like it's just running through scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
And there's a scene of her in a bathtub floating, or like some kind of thing. Her belly sticking out because she's pregnant, and two other. Anyway, like the outline is ridiculous. Like
No, it's completely ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's a good way to kill 90 minutes.
Jurassic Parked Jesus. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
So on the flip side, I think I was kind of in like a horror thriller kick. So I watched that and that didn't satisfy. So I rewatched because I saw Dr. Sleep was on sale. So I rewatched The Shining, the Jack Nicholson 1980 from Stanley Kubrick. Rewatched that in I rebought it in 4K. You can see like the grains of the carpet in the overlook. It's amazing. Such a good film. That's another film that the more I watch it, the better I like it, or the more I like it. And then Dr. Sleep with Ewan McGregor from 2019, legacy sequel. And I know we've talked about legacy sequels a bunch on this show. Great legacy sequel. Fantastic film.
I never watched the legacy sequel, but Stanley Kubrick Shining. Oh my gosh!
If you liked The Shining, Corey, I highly recommend.
It creeped me out.
I highly recommend Dr. Sleep. Ewan McGregor plays a grown-up Danny Torrance, and he's dealing with a lot of same stuff that his dad dealt with. And there's new characters, but it all comes full circle. I don't want to spoil it because I want Justin to experience all of it, and our listeners who may or may not have watched those films, but a lot of fun. So if you like The Shining, like they rebuilt the sets, like it feels like The Shining.
Okay.
So cool. Music's the same. It starts with that same boom, boom, like.
Oh
yeah, synth, all that stuff. So, anywho,
show will mess with your head, man.
Yeah, it will mess with it. Tonight, though, on the show, we are back with our films of Christopher Nolan series, and we are talking about The Dark Knight from 2008, which we argued a little bit off mic before, but I say it's a perfect film. What do you guys think? What are some of your overall thoughts on it?
We're talking
very close to a perfect
The Dark
film.
Knight, 2008. Overall
Dark
thoughts.
Knight, when you said perfect Batman movie, this was not the movie I went to. I'm sorry. I watched
Did you watch
Ben
the one
Affleck
movie?
Yeah, I watched Batman versus Superman. You said perfect Batman movie. I picked the perfect Batman movie.
Please tell me you watched The Dark Knight in 2008. Okay.
He's doing a bet.
I do love I love
That does
Batfleck.
happen.
But I'll tell you what, this is a good second place. Go ahead.
Okay.
I know I will get kicked off the show tonight. You guys who are watching and listening, he's gonna vote me out. I'm sorry.
All right. In my opinion, this supersedes superhero films. It is a superhero film, but like almost incidentally, like it's a crime drama. It's a great film, and especially again, watch Heat, and yet like there's no superheroes in Heat, and it feels like the same kind of thing. Even though what's great, like William Fichtner, who plays at the beginning when they do the bank heist, he's like the manager of the bank and comes out like who you're dealing with and all that stuff. He's in Heat, and that's very much a nod to that.
You say
article from 2024 on the Medium. The writer actually says that Dan Marcus. He says The Dark Knight is a crime epic that cosplays as a comic book film. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. You could take out Batman and just put in a detective with like a trench coat or whatever, and boom, it's like more or less. It could be the same film.
Take the makeup off the Joker. It doesn't matter.
You say that, and then it makes sense because then I feel like the Batman movie that they came out with Pattinson tried to spin off this then to make it more detective like. Because I do agree with you. This is more detective based. This is more winding and turning and twisting throughout the whole movie. Several arcs going. And I think the Batman tried to do the same thing. They tried to do that versus the Snyder Cut stuff. So you're right. This definitely does supersede all these others.
Well, I don't have to be right. That's just my opinion. But like I love this film. I walked out of this film and was just completely blown away. I liked Batman Begins when I first saw it in 2005 and loved this film. I had medium expectations going into this film and walked out going,
way better than Batman Begins.
Ooh,
and I love Batman Begins more. Yeah, you mentioned that, Jen. That's fine. They're very different films in a lot of ways.
I mean, I love this movie, but I really, really like Liam Neeson's Ra's al Ghul. I think it's fantastic. I love that take on Batman's origin. I think it's great. Again, not criticizing this film. This film is fantastic. But just overall. Sometimes I wonder too, if Heath Ledger hadn't have died, almost right after this, would we revere this movie in the same way? Like, would it change our thoughts on this movie because I feel like the way Hollywood is now, he would have done something or said something and or like been in a bad movie like Immaculate or something, I don't know. And it would have almost like sullied the reputation of this movie, like retroactively ruined it. But the fact that he died almost like solidifies his role in here.
Yeah.
His role in this is far and above better than anything. I think he absolutely nails it. And that's one of the shining things I have on this is that I think Heath Ledger absolutely just kills in this role. And I think if he hadn't have died, we would have had part of him in The Dark Knight Rises, and I think he probably would have been what a Joker movie would have been. I
think he was supposed to be the judge in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
correct? Like what Scarecrow does.
Yeah.
And I love that the beginning of this movie, we got Scarecrow right there in the beginning, and it's Cillian Murphy again. Like just. Nolan, he brings all his people back all the time. He gets his guys and his favorites, and people just flock to his films, and they'll stay in there. And so I love it when there's continuity like that, and they don't change out.
With Cillian Murphy in there, I know we're like off script here. Not that we have a script, off the outline. When it shows Cillian Murphy in there, did anyone else feel like he looked different? I had to check the credits to make sure it wasn't someone, like they didn't recast him as like a lookalike. Because he like looks puffier or something than he does in the first movie. Is that just me?
No, I mean I know it was him.
Is it
Cillian or is it Killian Murphy? Because I always go Killian.
I just always go with whatever the last person said, and he said
Scarecrow. It's Scarecrow.
I would agree though, Corey, what you said about him showing up in that, like it made the world seem bigger. Coming from a place of Nicholson plays the Joker and then he dies and he's not going to be back. And then Danny DeVito's not going to be back as the Penguin. And like all these one-off villains, we're just used to having one-offs.
Yep. And Ra's al Ghul. They kill off Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
But so here you get the Scarecrow coming back. So it's like, oh, okay. And then at the very end of this one, when you see the coin land heads up, and I thought, oh, Harvey Dent could come back because that coin landed live instead of die.
Yep. I remember there being some controversy.
And so, you kind of look and you think, oh, Christopher Nolan could bring him back. And then when they bring them all back for The Dark Knight Rises, Cillian Murphy's in there again. And so.
I know it's kind of a trope at this point, but I am of the firm belief that characters in comic book movies should never die. Sure, like, kill them, quote unquote, but like, in a way that they could always come back.
Yeah.
Like some plausible deniability for that. Just because, I don't know, I've always felt like it was kind of rude when the writers or director take this character that in a lot of situations is older than they are, has been around longer than they have, and they're going to like kill that character off. That seems slightly, I don't want to, like, disrespectful is maybe not the right word. I don't know what the word is there.
But just audacity.
Like off-putting. Yeah, like you can't kill that character. That's not your character to kill, and always have the opportunity for them to appear in future films. Should that need to happen? So that's always kind of been my take. So I'm glad they show back up every so often.
Yeah, me too. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's talk about the cinematography. Oscar nominated for cinematography. He was nominated for six or eight Academy Awards. We'll dig into that, but definitely not nominated for cinematography. Didn't win. Whatever. But composition, camera work, color. What kind of things did you guys pull out of this film?
Did anybody notice the white dots in everybody's eyes the whole movie? Am I the only one that sees this? No, you guys must not have thought that. Oh,
why?
Sorry.
What were they? Why?
The light. They put lighting in there. So when Christian Bale's face is lit up, right? Or, well, it's even if it's in the shadow, like he's standing in a room with that much black eyeliner, he's got everything in there. There would be nothing. There's a couple dark scenes where it's there, but he has white pupils in his eyes. So there's always, it's almost as if, someone puts a ring light in front of them and you could see the little white dot in their eye, right? Well, throughout this movie, if you watch this, there are white dots in everybody's eyes all over the place, like throughout the whole movie. And so it really stands out, which, because I noticed it stood out to me. And so I started seeing it everywhere. And I felt like they intentionally put a light in front of everybody's face to kind of give it that. Otherwise, Batman, I think, would be more expressionless than he already is, because half his mouth's on you can only see his face. But the
pictures online of the film, and it almost looks like most of those shots with the white light. I mean, everyone has them to a degree, but the Joker has a ton of them.
They all do.
I wonder if they're like intentionally saturating his face because of all the white makeup.
White eyes.
Yeah, darn it,
That's
Corey. Now I'm going to notice that like every time I watch this.
And it was very after I saw it, the first part, then it was very much, I kept looking at it the whole time, the rest of the movie. I don't know. Pupils.
Okay. So, while you're Googling,
it was a good thing. It was a good thing. It wasn't a bad thing. I was just pointing out, because to me, it just made it stand out a little bit. Otherwise, in some of the shadowy stuff, you kind of lose some of that expression on people. Even if you're in a dark room, you got that white light. And so it stood out to me and kind of worked.
Okay. One thing there's a bunch I want to talk about, but one thing I do want to talk about is the color. In this, some things I noticed that I really liked is like the first time that we see Batman in the suit and Gordon in the vault, where it's kind of this bluish green, which if you get into color theory, it's kind of clinical or analytical because they're kind of discussing the plan. There's a couple of those scenes where most of the time it's just naturalistic lighting. It's very naturalistic for the most part, except for, and this is the contrast I want to make between the blue-green and later on because it cuts from there there's a hard cut from some naturalistic stuff into when they go to the restaurant where Rachel and Harvey and Bruce and Natasha, the ballerina, are all sitting down. It's very golden in there. Almost like there's this very idealized version of that scene, because this is the scene where Bruce realizes that Harvey might be the answer to take up his quest. And so I think that that's very much kind of setting the scene of like, here's this kind of perfect moment. So I thought that was, because I think it's the only time that shows up in the movie. Some other things that I really liked, the wide shot of the semi-truck flipping over.
Oh, that was a beautiful scene.
Just so you can see, like, that's, like, this is not, and so little CGI in this movie. Like, a lot of, Nolan does as much as he can in camera. So there's that. You have this iconic shot of Batman standing in near silhouette in the building wreckage. It's very much like a 9/11 type of image where he's sitting there.
Or aura farming, as the kids would say.
Yeah.
You stand there looking cool just for the aura points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he does that? Do you think he goes around the city and he's like, "There's a lot of wind here. This would be a good place to stand."
It smells like rain. No, that's Nicolas Cage. What's that? Yeah, Noir, Spider Noir.
I got you. Yeah,
gotcha. Okay. And okay, so I'm going to talk about this a lot, especially when we get to the end. But the whole montage at the end of the film, like, I want to talk about this like 17 times, because that's what elevates this movie for me. Where Batman's explaining his plan to Gordon, they have this montage where Gordon's eulogizing Dent, and then it keeps coming back into Batman explaining his plan. So Gordon destroying the bat signal, Alfred's burning the letter, Fox is inputting his name to watch that sonar machine getting destroyed. It just keeps back and forth.
Do you think,
as he talks,
was Alfred right to burn that letter?
Yes.
I mean, one thing,
100%.
This film and the second film disagree, or the third film rather disagree on that point.
How so?
Oh, because Bruce says to him,
"Yeah,
you had no right." Yeah. But but hold on, because Bruce says he can never know. Dent can never know. We can never tell Dent the truth. Okay, he's protecting Dent for what he thought was true. Alfred made the same decision. I'm going to protect you from what the truth is as well. I'm going to do.
I never realized that parallel.
Again.
Yeah, nice.
That's how I saw it, and I was like, "Burn that letter."
That's what's okay. So I'm just going to skip down to that line because I want to talk about that just real fast, because he is, I guess he is kind of, it's hypocritical for him to not be okay with him burning that, because he says sometimes the truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded. And he's saying that as far as like, we need to cover up the Harvey stuff. But Alfred is doing, like you said, Corey, he's doing a similar thing
I'm protecting you,
to protect Bruce.
I'm letting you
Alfred,
live
though,
in the
has
light.
always been the one to be truthful to Bruce, though. Like when everyone else would kind of pamper him and baby him. Well, Alfred and Rachel, but she's dead. So,
thank goodness.
For Alfred to, I guess, like coddle him in that way. I don't know. I don't know how
I
I
wanted
feel
to talk about that a little later too. So, Justin, did you have any cinematography stuff that you want to talk about? I have a few more things, but I don't want to take them all.
I feel like, kind of comparing the first to the second, Gotham didn't feel as, and probably intentionally, Gotham didn't feel as grimy this time. It was a lot cleaner, which, I mean, the whole start of the film is all about how it's, they're cleaning it up. But the first one almost felt a little Tim Burton-y, like in the way that it was like a 1930s, 1940s, 1920, 30, 40 Gotham. And then the second movie is less so. It feels much more modern.
Yes. It's more Chicago-y.
It's more Chicago-y,
yes.
which makes sense as it's Chicago.
Yeah, but it's like almost more exclusively Chicago when it shows Gotham. It's less sets.
Which I don't know what cities look like. I look at that and I'm like, that's so cool. But I bet you people that like live or have been to Chicago are like, what a ripoff! Like,
you've seen The Fugitive, right? You guys seen The Fugitive?
That's I have.
Great film. So like that bridge that's going over there's a lot of
exact movie I was thinking of.
Yeah, because Chicago is almost like a character in that movie too, and so having seen that as much as I have, and then I go, oh, that's that. Okay, now I know I'm in Chicago because in The Fugitive, that's Chicago. That does pull me out slightly.
I thought that exact same scene when he had the Lamborghini going in there and he steps to protect the guy, and he takes the side swipe. I thought the same thing. It was Chicago, like an elevated bridge.
Chicago. In terms of cinematography too, the camera movement, obviously very intentional, but with like almost any time it was on the Joker, they're like, forget the tripod. Like we're just gonna hand cam this thing, and it's gonna be super shaky. Yeah. Especially when Joker himself is doing the cinematography. When he does that video of him with the Batman and hockey pads, it's super shaky and almost to the point where like it seems like the Joker's doing it on purpose. And I love this movie for that. Everything that you watch the Joker do, you're like, is he doing? You don't know. Is he like a criminal genius, or is he what he says and he's just a dog chasing a car? Is he just making it up as he goes? Like, what is this guy's deal? Yeah. You're constant like nothing will like. It's almost like Blade Runner, where you're constantly asking like, is Deckard a replicant? Is he? Like, is Joker a genius, or is he just like a quick thinking psychopath? I love that. Yeah. I love that you never know, and everything in the movie speaks to that. Like, is he crazy? The camera movements. Is he crazy, or is he? I don't know. It's great.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because Ledger directed and filmed those things. So that's like, those are his ideas. So that's as much as that's the real Joker-ish persona is creating those things. But I also had the thing when he. Go ahead.
Oh, just that the real Joker. That's funny because I feel like every iteration except for Jared Leto has been.
I like Leto's Joker.
A fantastic Joker, right? And they're all like different, like slices of his personality. Yeah. They all portray different slices, and when people say like, oh, this is what the Joker is really like. This is the Joker. I'm like, no, they're all the Joker. It just depends on which series you're reading and who's doing the writing, and like they're all based on different versions of comic accurate Jokers. Except for Jared Leto.
And I agree with you. Ledger has charisma here. Jared Leto just comes off too psycho.
I like that one.
But like, yeah.
Do you think we would have liked Jared Leto more if Heath Ledger wouldn't have died?
I think we'd have liked him more if we would actually got to see the film that he was in, as opposed to the chopped up version.
Yeah.
No, I think we saw enough of him.
No. We cut most of his scenes. We know that happened.
I would love to have seen him in the nightmare stuff, but
that too.
I did Did anybody else notice early on in the movie, like this whole movie has kind of a muted, dark feel, right? Like on some of the palette, right? It's not very bright and lustry. But I thought with Harvey Dent early on, there was a lot of lights. Like in the very beginning, Harvey was very hopeful. Oh, my thing fell. Sorry. He was very hopeful and like kind of cheery and a lot of lights behind him, very bright. And I felt like the more color was reserved for him early on. He's the hope of the city. So I thought you use that color palette and that cinematography to kind of write a little character.
Yeah, no, that's a good pull. I mean, they very famously like lightened his hair up as well to make him look more heroic. If blonde makes you more heroic or whatever, but that was the idea. Yeah, Justin, I thought you were going to talk about. You're talking about the camera spinning. I thought you were going to talk about the scene where Joker grabs Rachel and holds a knife to her because the whole thing spins.
Oh yeah,
it's very disorienting, and the tension just ramps because you're just like It's just brilliant.
I don't think she knew he was going to do that either.
I wouldn't be surprised if
I think that was all. She was very, like I saw a TikTok on it. She was very uncomfortable.
That could have been an actress, yeah.
With that whole scene because he was just, he took it somewhere. She's like,
yeah,
director,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Nolan, I did not sign up for this.
Yeah. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the IMAX stuff. So I watched this on the digital copy and it didn't have the IMAX stuff, which is disappointing because
what do you mean
there's
IMAX
like
stuff?
15 to 20% of this film is in IMAX. About 28 minutes is in IMAX.
Oh.
Say again?
Oh, I was just agreeing. Oh.
Yeah. So like the whole opening heist is an IMAX, but I was watching like it's in Letterboxd. What's happening here? So much more effective when it's in IMAX. But yeah, this is the first film that really used it, and then that's become kind of a staple. We'll see a lot more of that as we progress through Nolan's filmography.
Oh, the opening heist though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You could have ended the movie right there.
It's a short film.
That it's so good, so well done. Such a wonderful introduction to the character of the Joker and just like Gotham and how Gotham is run. And I mean, the whole heist doesn't make sense at all. Like, how would you plan everything that perfectly? Why would that guy keep the grenade in his mouth? Just take the grenade out, man. A lot of problems, but super cool if you don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It was a great heist, but
yeah.
And
no one was concerned about a bus just like leaving a bank with a bunch of debris on the back, and
there was a nice wide open space for it to pull right in.
But the next bus in line is like, yeah, we're cool. That's fine.
Yeah,
let's keep going.
Nobody got on the radio. Hey, Central, this guy in front of me just hit someone and kept driving.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Why didn't Nolan make that the last bus in the line? Like, why make it like second to last?
It's cooler.
I would have had no problem with it.
Nolan. There's some plot holes in this show like that stick out.
There's some plot holes.
That's a coincidence. It's not a plot hole.
Oh, there's a lot of plot holes. Sorry, Nolan.
That's not a plot hole. All right, let's talk about sound. Oscar nominated for Best Sound Editing, which it won an Oscar for Best Sound Editing, and was also nominated for Best Sound Mixing. So what do we got for effects, the soundtrack? I have some thoughts on the soundtrack.
Because you're good at this. I got to go first because I got one thing that really stands out to me. Okay, besides a lot of what I thought were like Inception type sounds for this, like there are a lot of Inception music and stuff and some of the background stuff, is the interrogation scene is absolutely incredible as it escalates the music in the background. Like as him and the Joker are going back and forth, the sound is just increasing, and I thought it was great. It just kind of felt like the tension building that, oh my gosh, there's a plan he had here, and this was all part of it. And anyway, I thought it was really good. Caught me off guard. I paid attention to it before, but I don't think I ever noticed as much as I did this time.
The soundtrack to this movie, and I'll explain it in a second, but it's like, it is terrible to listen to by itself. Like really, really bad. Because anytime anything has to do with the Joker, you got like these really like high frequency, I don't know if it's a guitar, I don't know what it is, but some stringed instrument. Yes. Sounds like someone's like rubbing a razor against it or something.
Yes.
And it just hurts. It hurts your ears, and it makes you feel like off balance and irritated.
Oh yeah.
it's probably intentional because you pair it with the scene and you're like, this fits with the scene. And as the movie goes on, like those weird like zzz, zzz noises get more high pitched and more succinct and like intense. So in the movie, it's great. Like it evokes the feeling that it should evoke. Like it manipulates your feelings the way music and sound should manipulate your feelings. But just listening to it, like I always try and listen to the soundtrack of the movie we're doing. Like I'll just listen to it in the car, and I'm just like, this is terrible. This is awful. I hate listening to this. It hurts my ears. Because it's all just like high tingy stuff. Whereas Batman, it's all very like, low, very like almost like controlled and like earthy, almost not earthy. That's not the right word, but very very low and like controlled.
Yeah.
Whereas the Joker, I swear, they're just like, let's give a 5-year-old a razor blade and some strings, and you could just like zzz, 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 all over it, and it works, and I hate it.
Yes, love it. Okay, yeah. Several. Okay, so a couple things. Not nominated for best score. Whatever. Won the best motion picture score at the Grammys that year, though. So go figure that. We have, Zimmer's back. That's actually both. It's Howard and Zimmer back this time. Howard is mainly focusing on, like he kind of did last time, on the drama stuff. So he's doing more Harvey Dent stuff, like his themes. Zimmer is the one who's responsible for the Batman and the Joker stuff. So Why So Serious is the leitmotif that Justin was talking about with the kind of razor blade, agitated, just incredibly nerve-wracking, ramps it up, just ridiculous.
Is that the interrogation music that I was talking about?
Well, it plays multiple times. So anytime you hear that high string, like there's 2 notes and it just keeps ramping up. Yes, it's in the interrogation scene.
And it kept going, ching, louder, 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 and then it kept building the tension behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna get a copywritten if I play this?
Well, let's give it a shot. Let's find it's fair use. Let's give it a shot.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. You got it queued?
You're an agent of chaos, Justin.
Let's see here.
A dog chasing a car. Okay. While he's working on that, there it is.
There it is. Yep.
Oh,
it's almost like a pair of clippers getting closer and closer to a microphone.
Yeah. It's barely music.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. It's a little better as it goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like one unbearable note that just...
That whole thing is the interrogation
makes you uncomfortable. Yeah. It multiple times. That's hence leitmotif. A couple other standout tracks. The bank robbery prologue, which all of a sudden like turns into like a rock theme as they're running through the hall, is like, what is happening? That's freaking cool.
When are they running through the hall?
Like the bank robbers running from one part of the building to the other.
Oh.
Or like down, they're going to run down the stairs. That's the part there. So that's what it's called, Bank Robbery Prologue. We also have the main title, Molossus, which is again is a type of bat, as back, used frequently, still awesome. My favorite use of it is, I'm going to talk about this again multiple times, but at the end there's a track called A Watchful Guardian, which just builds slowly and then the drums kick in. And God, I love that part so much. It's so good. Getting chills just thinking about it. So,
can we?
Any other?
Yes,
I know stuff.
Can we talk about how wonderful the Batmobile sounds in this thing? Like, I think it's just amazing. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, as far as sounds go, I feel like of all the Batman movies, this is the only one that ever got that right.
Well, I like the Bat Pod.
The sound of it.
Just the way it sounds, like when
the whole thing.
When it comes in and stops and the wheels, it has this like especially in the first one when Fox powers it down and like it just has this growly sound through the whole thing. And I feel like this is the only one that ever did a Batmobile right. Even Batman vs Superman didn't pull it off like this. Like
I think maybe not the sound. You're right. The sound is amazing. But if I were to like rank Batmobiles, this might be. It's not top 3. I don't know if it's my least favorite. Are we counting Adam West? Can we count that one?
Yeah, there's a Batman movie.
I mean, you cannot count Adam West as
yes, you can. It was
theatrical.
I just don't know when we rank Batmans. Can we count?
It was
Adam West? I don't know.
Theatrically released. It counts.
I didn't like the Batmobile in the Batman movie The
Oh
newest
no,
one.
that's not even a Batmobile.
It's a
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether to count
that's
that.
a cop out. That doesn't even
Camaro ripoff.
count. I don't like the suit.
All
and I
right,
don't
so
like
if we're
the-
not counting
don't like
that
the
one,
car.
this is my least favorite Batmobile.
This
not
tumbler was incredible.
Nah.
I mean, I do
Batman
like
versus
it.
Batman versus Superman. That is the
That is a
best
pretty
Batmobile.
sweet ride.
That
It's
was
pretty
good.
also
but
best
this one-
Batmobile scene in any Batman.
Yes,
Yeah.
it runs all the way through everybody and then crashes on Soups.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
It's such a
beautiful.
great characterization.
That
Well,
scene right there. Oh,
Corey, we're gonna have to do BVS again. Like,
I
and
love that movie.
do all the Snyder.
I
films or
watched
something at
clips
some
of
point.
it for this movie, just for this, but
Wrong film, wrong.
I know I did. Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
the fact that a motorcycle pops out the front and that was practical effects. Holy crap!
That was incredible.
I love everything about the Bat Pod.
Except when I watched it this time, I'm going to tell you, I knew you could just see it lined up, not quite right to where I was like, okay, here comes the motorcycle. Like you could tell it was just, okay, this is going to flip up and they're coming right out.
You know, that was not in the
Practical
trailer.
effects.
Well, that was not in the trailer. So when that happened in the film, what the F just happened?
Yeah,
was
that
my
was
thought.
incredible.
Just
It was incredible.
rides up the wall and turns around. Come on.
The scene where he comes out of the alleyway and the wheels are spinning. I'm just like, what is going on here? Why?
Yeah, I have to- I
Why?
have to go
Why
back.
is it a
What happened?
feature of your motorcycle?
I mean, it's in the later trailer, but it wasn't in the early trailer.
Let's just talk about how that's going to mess up the aiming on your guns from then on out, but okay.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't criticize it a little bit. It felt a little too light, like
Yeah.
as he's traveling and he's going through like that shopping center, like he breaks the glass and somehow hopes
so
that
cool.
nobody is standing there.
Yeah.
The guns and everything on it is just kind of bouncing a little bit, and I'm like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. It looks too light. Wait, I need some weight. I need some weight there.
So that was a real thing, though. Like we props though. Like they actually built one of those things, and like only let's see, there was a stuntman Jean-Pierre Guy Jean-Pierre Guy was the only one allowed to drive it after months of training because that thing was so impractical. Let's call it that.
Well, I
Dicey
feel like with the tires that
machine.
wide, that would not be ideal for. I don't know anything about motorcycles, but I feel like that would not be ideal for
really
riding a motorcycle.
Let's see. Do I have anything else I want to talk about with that?
Like, how would you turn on that thing?
I don't know. I just love it. I think it's great.
Are you talking about sound? Is that what we're...
Yeah, we're still talking about sound.
Okay. Can I just talk about Fox's voice? Okay.
It's Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
It's more no, but okay. Morgan Freeman, love him, love the man. But his voice when Batman is in the building and doing the sonar at the end is terrible. Terrible.
Is it?
What?
Yes, because here's why. His voice, like when they go to live scenes of Morgan Freeman in that room, he has a very different tone. But then when he's on the radio talking to Batman, you've got 6 people above you. You could see them. You know what I mean? And it's like a cutaway scene from a video game. Around this same time, I remember playing a Spider-Man video game, and it sounds exactly like that video game. It's terrible. And so when I watched it this time, Morgan Freeman, who is the golden voice of God himself in movies, like he just is, that voice is terrible. That voice.
I think
on
I'd
the-
agree
on
that
the
I don't
microphone
like
is
that
terrible.
scene. I don't like that scene because it does feel like it's a video game. It doesn't feel very like organic, I guess. But
It's
I don't
not.
know if that
It's
was
like they
his
called him
voice's
in and
fault.
said, "Morgan, just record these
It
lines."
might have been a pickup. Yeah.
And he did, and there's no, like, you know, you would have a hurriedness or like something in the scene, like, dude, there's 6 guys above you. There's a group of people up there. Like, you know, you would think about that. You wouldn't. There's just no awareness. Read this line. There's 6 people above you.
I have an issue with Fox as a character in this, in like through all 3 movies, because Batman is supposed to be a genius billionaire philanthropist, you know, but also like an incredibly intelligent detective and like tactician, and they take all that away from him and they give it to Fox.
Yes.
They just like outsource that part of his personality. Like Fox does all the building of his gadgets, and it's just I don't like that they
I
wrote Batman in
struggled
that
with
way.
that up until this rewatch, Justin, because I'm going to tell you why. I've always struggled with that. I'm like, Batman's supposed to be this all everything, just pretty much a mastermind, foresight, planning, right? And I realized in this one they set it up because in the next one he does that thing with the helicopter and does the code rewrite, and I was like, at no point do we ever see him being a computer genius. But this one they set it up. because Fox makes a comment about what he's doing with telecommunications. He says, I'm playing it close to the vest. And then he sets up the bat sonar signal thing, which is tremendous.
That's true. He did do that all that.
And so it's kind of, it was
true.
setting up to say, look what Bruce Wayne can do.
Yeah.
Without
Can I get a
Fox, 'cause
montage or
Fox
something,
had
though, of him doing that?
Yeah, like we should have had a scene of him putting something.
You don't have to
put some wires.
It's a
I want a
2.5 hour
montage,
movie.
Greg.
It's a 2.5 hour movie. We don't need to
Fox
see him
didn't
doing
know about it, and Alfred didn't know about it. He did it. And I felt like they set that up better than other movies have done. And so that in The Dark Knight Rises, I can say, oh, he really could have changed that code. He knew what he was doing.
They're also, he's
montage.
trying to make this as grounded as possible. So having people help him, like, kind of makes sense in the real world. Right? I mean, it's like we talk about, like, you know, we've seen incarnations of like the Batcave. You're like, how the heck did that get made with all the contractors and everything? Like, no, he didn't do all that work himself. There's this giant leap of faith there. So
We had a montage in the first one when he was building his bat suit.
you're not always going to get a montage.
I want a
You did
montage.
You got a montage of them arresting all the gangsters.
Now you want a
There's your montage.
backstory. Now you want an origin
All right,
story.
I have one more thing I want to talk about with sound because it just stood out to me really, really strongly, and then I want to talk. And it's kind of with performance, so it's a natural change there. Did you guys notice every time that Alfred enters any of the rooms, which is also goes to production design as well, any of Bruce's, either it's like the bat bunker or in his penthouse, because it's so empty in all of those rooms that there's an echo. There's a really distinct echo whenever Alfred comes in, and it's very much like showing how empty Bruce's life and his isolation is because of that. It's very empty in there. So it was a really interesting choice.
I'm jumping ahead to like locations and sets, but in the same way that I'm sad about the Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man hardly ever being in New York, I am sad with how little Batman gets to interact with his mansion and Batcave. We had none of that. I know it burnt down in the last one, but we had none of that in this one. Could have given me a montage of him fixing it up.
Justin needs a montage, people.
I want more montages.
Montage.
All right, let's talk about the performances. First off, we got to talk about Heath Ledger. This is the list of awards that he won is ridiculous, but we start with he won the Academy Award, the BAFTA, and the Golden Globe, all for Best Supporting Actor, which I know they have to submit for different categories, but like he's just as much a lead actor in this as anybody else is. Like one could argue this is a Joker film that Batman's in.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you wanted to make that argument. I mean, like the beginning is all about him. Like I don't know what the amount of. I'd be curious to see what the amount of screen time is of the two actors.
Yeah,
because sometimes that's what it is too. They but they also have to nominate.
Which is crazy considering by the end of the movie you still know nothing about the Joker.
Oh, it's so good. Nope, nothing.
Nothing.
I think he's genius. I think they pull this movie off well to make him. I think he started with one plan in the beginning of the movie, even about killing Batman, and then progressed to, no, I figured out how good you are.
Yeah.
And especially the interrogation scene lays it all out. Just little lines he says, like, don't try and talk like one of them. You're not them.
Yeah.
You complete me. I don't want to kill you. You know, like just all these things. And you go, yeah, he takes it as he goes and has built this. And now he's like, oh, no, we have something special here.
And the amount of tiny mannerisms that Heath Ledger puts in there, the little things that...
Tongue.
The tongue, yeah, like the licking. Like,
or even a click, like
amazing.
just, where he just does stuff.
Yeah, I didn't have this one written down, but when he says, you have nothing to threaten me with, is terrifying.
Yeah.
He's right. Like, you could beat the crap out of me. It doesn't matter. There's literally nothing you have to threaten me with.
Right at the beginning of that interrogation, he kind of puts Batman in his place because Batman like slams his fist onto Joker's hand. Doesn't even react. Just takes it.
Yeah.
Like it says, you have all this rage and you have nowhere to put it.
Who's the one character he kills with the pool room? What's that?
The gangster guy.
The gangster. When they're all meeting in that room and he's like,
Gamble.
I know the squealers, right? Gamble insults him and calls him a freak, right? And he is talking, interrupts him. He calls him and says freak. And Heath Ledger literally does a little Like this clicked to him. And then the next scene, that's a couple scenes later, or the next scene, he goes and kills that guy.
And they have pull-coup trials.
Right. And so I felt like that was an intentional, like, you're marked. You're marked for,
oh, sure.
I'm coming to you. And that just a little click that he would pay attention and go, I'm not a freak. And then kind of keep going on his little monologue. But in the end, that guy gets taken out because that was for him to say, yeah, you're dead. You don't disrespect
the way
me
he
like that.
responds to that too verbally, like when he says I'm not, he punctuates that T.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost sounds like that is the one thing in the movie where he gets a little bit offended. He's like, he struck a chord with him right there.
Yeah.
And I think him calling him a freak offended him too. Yeah.
I'm not.
So
No.
we've already we've quoted quite a bit, but actual lines that you had prepared, a couple lines. Corey, you want to throw us out a line? Did you have one or two?
Come back to me. Hold on. I got to scroll to my spot on where I had it.
Fine. Justin, you want to go?
I mean, okay.
There's so many.
I feel like there's so many, and I'm going to try not to do all the Joker ones, but the Joker ones are the best ones, right? Okay. So I guess not one specific line, but like just the dialogue that you do get a little bit of Joker's character, like out in the open, when he burns the money, and he really shows like, I don't care. Like, it literally says, I don't care about money. He likes things simple. And his whole thing is like, Gotham needs a better villain to counteract Batman. That's all he cares about. And it's like, how do you rationalize? How do you figure out? How do you negotiate with that person that just wants to see the world burn? Oh man. And the delivery on that is just fantastic.
Yes.
Or just the mannerisms when he jumps down the pile of money, which looks like it actually hurts. He looks like he lands on his tail.
I gotta wonder, because I was like, was he rigged for that, or did he? I just watched that like 3 times today.
Yeah, it looks rough, but it's just so telling. I feel like that's the time where you really understand the most about the Joker, and one of the only times where I feel like he's actually telling the truth. Like, rarely is that guy telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that conversation with Harvey, I think he probably is as well.
And didn't that scene with the money set him up? Like, you look and see how bad he really was, because there was a guy on top of that money.
Yeah, you forget that Chow's up at the top.
Yeah, and they cut him out. You don't see him burning. But that whole pile of money is burning up, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, Chow's on top of that. He's still there.
But the fact that he goes to those lengths to get him and then like put him on top there and then doesn't even like really reference it, just kind of like, you're dead.
He's a squealer. I know the squealers.
Lau is the name. I can't remember. Yeah, it's Lau.
What does he say? Like that? Don't listen to that box.
The box's plan. I'm gonna throw one out that's just random, but I love it. Harvey Dent. The guy tries to shoot him on the stand. He pulls out the gun, punches the guy, takes the gun, says, "Carbon fiber, 28 caliber, made in China. If you want to kill a public servant, Mr. Maroney, I recommend you buy American."
Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
I love Harvey Dent in this movie. He is so cool.
All right, I got a Harvey quote because this is the first one I had here. I love movie wisdom where you can look and say there's some truth to this too. Mm-hmm. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yep. And I thought it was a great little foreshadowing for him. It brought it up a couple times and then he becomes the villain. And so I thought
that's the theme of the movie in a nutshell.
Well, right, and then when
that's what I should have said about Heath Ledger dying. Like, he's the hero of this film, like cinematically.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. If he would have kept living, would we have found fault with him and therefore this movie?
He died the hero of it. Yeah.
His last great performance, yeah.
Well, and Harvey also gets a foreshadowing. I like that. They foreshadow that because with that comment. And then when Bruce Wayne at the fundraiser says the face of Gotham, and he's going to be Two-Face. So I thought it was good. It's good.
Justin, did you have another one you wanted to?
I mean, so many, but they're all Joker lines, right? Okay, so the interrogation scene when he's in there with the detective, Batman leaves to go save Rachel. And the Joker is in a locked room, right?
Yeah.
Why put the detective in there with him?
Don't know.
Why? Anyway, so I want my phone call. I want my phone call. And he's like goading the guy, like, how many of your friends have I killed? And then he brings up the stuff about the knife and about, I knew your friends better than you did because I killed them. Do you want to know which ones were cowards? Like, oh my goodness, the like 4D chess that this guy is playing.
Yes.
And yeah, see, he's got to be a planner. He just doesn't play it by ear because that guy had a cell phone like surgically implanted in his
He planned to get caught. Like that was absolutely a plan. So when he says I don't make plans, that's not true. That was a plan.
If they didn't put that detective in that room with him, what would he have done? He's out of option. Maybe he had another option we don't know about.
Yeah, he's like Sheev. He's playing 4D chess.
Who? Sheev. Yes,
Palpatine.
Yes.
I mean, you alluded to some men just want to watch the world burn. I mean, that's a
great line.
So I would be remiss. I've said it multiple times. The last lines of this film, like I love this film so much because of the end. Like because the fact that, and I was going to say this later, but I'll say it now. The fact that Nolan didn't have really, I mean, he had kind of a rough idea of the third one, but it wasn't committed to doing a third one, but ends this movie essentially on a cliffhanger. It's like that could have been the end. It's like, yeah, we're done. Where Batman takes the fall. I was like, did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, takes the fall. He fell.
Literally. So he has the thing where he says, sometimes people deserve to have faith rewarded, and then you have that conversation between Jim Gordon and his son, and James Gordon Jr. says, "Why is he running, Dad?" He says, "Because we have to chase him." And he said, "He didn't do anything wrong." He said, "Because he's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. So we'll hunt him because he can take it. Because he's not a hero. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight."
Craig, you just gave me chills.
I'm seriously getting chills because it's so well written, and the music and all the image. It's the title card comes up, and you're like, "Damn!"
I hate that line. Amazing. That line has gotten like parodied to death and made fun of so much that I have a hard time taking it seriously. But it is pretty cool.
Oh, it's so good. Just watch the last 5 minutes of the film.
Ed, you sounded like Dirty Harry just then.
I'm not gonna say
it's so good.
It is so good.
Sure, it's all right.
The montage, the music.
I'd equate that to the Martha line, but okay, whatever.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, Corey.
I love the Martha line.
It's not organic. That is the worst.
What are you talking about?
All of a sudden, he's talking to his son who just had a near-death experience.
It's 100% organic,
He's about to get shot by Harvey Dent, and then Batman saves him. He falls 100 yards down to the ground. Anyway, all of this, and all of a sudden his son's fine, not even tearful, didn't even have streaks of dirt in his eye.
It's a movie, dude.
And you're telling me that if your son just went through that, he couldn't have some wise words of wisdom?
It's so good.
ChatGPT wrote that line. Because you got to tell me it was too far. Like when he said, "So we could chase him, son. He's the protector of the night.
Yes,
the night guardian." The just comes up with three little idioms or metaphors. What are they? Metaphors? You guys are ELA teachers. Is that metaphor? Those are metaphors off the top of.
I'm going to switch sides here. I'm on Corey's side because think about it.
No,
listen. He says. He's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Like, he's saying that Batman is essentially a placeholder for whatever we need him to be, right?
Yeah.
But then he refers
Batman
to him.
already said that. I'm
whatever
Gotham
the next three things, Justin. The next three things that
he's a silent guardian, wrote. A watchful protector, a dark knight. None of those things are what he just said Batman was.
None of them.
Those are like different categories.
They're titles probably of a comic book.
It's crap. Yep.
You good.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's Martha.
I'm on Corey's side.
Martha.
Corey, are you trashing the Martha
bad.
scene? Because the Martha scene is amazing.
I'm not trashing the Martha
scene. But you
scene.
did. You just equated it to the Martha scene.
Sense. This didn't make sense.
It makes 100% sense.
Nolan took it too far right here. Nolan, I'm sorry. I love you. I love your work. I like this movie. But this part right here.
He just wanted to say the words. He just wanted to say a Dark Knight.
You guys are both wrong.
He just had to find a way to slip the Dark Knight
Earlier in that scene, Harvey is referred to as the White Knight. Multiple times in the film, he's the White Knight.
Mm-hmm.
This is a whole thing where Batman is trying to be done being Batman and to and have Harvey replace him as the White Knight, the true hero of Gotham.
You're not gonna. He was reading his son a bedtime
protector, silent guardian. That doesn't work with.
It's amazing. You both suck.
I'll take Dark Knight.
It is a great description. but not in the right scene. It's in the wrong spot.
What are you
talking? It's not organic.
The end of the movie. It's so organic.
It's not
he
organic.
runs off. Oh my gosh.
And we got a nice running montage scene to Harvey's funeral at some point during it, and then come back to the scene.
No, that was before that, Corey. That was in the sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded scene. It was in that part when Batman was doing the narrating. Come on now, watch the movie again. It's beautiful.
It's
Martha
poetic to me. It's just not.
You keep trashing the Martha thing.
I'm not trashing the Martha scene. I'm saying what people see as a Martha scene, I see as this. And somewhere along the line, we might have to go out, have some wings, Craig, and you can convince me that this is as powerful as the Martha scene.
For all the listeners out there,
how much we love that scene.
I want you all to know that the Martha scene is a hot button topic amongst us. Craig will defend that scene.
This is a hot button scene.
I guarantee you that the vast majority of the internet would absolutely take this scene over the Martha scene. I want a
poll. Craig, we need a poll. I'm putting a poll on
I'd agree. This is much better than the Martha scene. But the vast majority of the internet thinks the Martha scene is trash because they are right.
No, those people are wrong.
Those people are wrong.
No.
And maybe I'm wrong.
I can't.
I just felt like it's a fake.
No. It's a movie, Corey.
Janice was sitting on the couch next to me when this scene came on, right here, like just a little bit before we started the show. We were watching it, wrapping it up, and she was on her phone, and she literally looked up and goes, like this, like snorted. She snorted watching this scene.
Well, that cinches it for me then.
Well, I love how we use our wives to validate our arguments often. Like we use our wife as like the regular layman who doesn't like analyze movies.
She might have just been snorting at something on the TikTokies or something. It
could have been that too. All right.
But I'm going to take it as that was the scene.
I think if he just said he's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now, and then followed up, like I like that line. That's a good line. But then he's not our hero. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector. That's the part where I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
He goes too far. It goes too far at that. Because then all of a sudden, the next three titles he gives him are like when you ask ChatGPT to write something and it gives you this final paragraph or the final sentence of a paragraph, and it goes so far and you're like, oh, that's not even a natural sounding sentence to finish on. It's just like an ivory tower, wonderful description. And you're like, I got to delete that last sentence because that's where it should have ended organically. That's how I felt with this.
It's a tone poem. It's beautiful. It's artistic. I love it all. Montage,
can I say something else about that scene?
Monologue. Beautiful.
So as he's falling, you're telling me Bruce Wayne, this guy that has gadgets coming out of his butt, doesn't have a way to stop himself from falling in that moment?
Yeah, I think it's a metaphor.
I don't care if it's a metaphor. It doesn't make any sense. He's got the cape that he can glide down.
It's a metaphor. Well, he also jumps off the building and saves Rachel, and then they crash into a car and he doesn't die.
Well, okay. Well, that makes sense.
And also they left the Joker up at the top of that party.
Very springy.
You want to talk about plot? If the movie has a plot hole, there's the plot hole where he leaves the Joker up at the party, and then we just
plot hole is who the heck would go jump after Rachel?
There.
She would fall, and I'd be like, "Good riddance, get out of here, Rachel."
Let her go. Poor choice of word.
Finally, a good reason to be done.
All right. Let's move on.
I'd rather have Beth in that role. Flip.
I wouldn't mind Beth in that role.
Better than Jill. Man, one side of the
God.
family got all the freaking talent.
So new Batsuit, right?
Don't like it.
You don't like it? How do you like the old one better than this one?
I don't like the old bulky one. I don't like any of these Batsuits.
Okay, I like
it. Is my.
I love the reference where he says you can't turn your neck.
That's
like I love that he says you want to be able to turn your neck. I felt like that was a nod to Michael Keaton, who couldn't. Sure. Was it Michael Keaton?
All the Batman couldn't.
Like he couldn't turn his neck.
Batman's.
I feel like it was Michael Keaton most because I feel like there's a lot of scenes in those Tim Burton Michael Keaton Batmans where he has to like turn really quickly and he has to shift like his entire body and it just looks so unnatural.
Yeah.
So here's the thing though, because you have the new suit, the suit's much more versatile. You actually get to see more of the fighting, the Casey fighting in this one because the suit can actually move. I mean, the argument can be made. We talked about this last time too, that we don't get to see a lot of the fighting, and that's kind of one of the weak parts of Batman Begins. But it's also kind of deliberate too, because Nolan's trying to show what the criminals see, and kind of lends itself to Batman's more mysterious, and we don't really get to see.
You see a little bit of his fighting and style, I think, and more pan back in the club scene
Yeah.
with Eric Roberts, where he's going to Eric like
Yeah, that's a great scene.
That scene was reminiscent of I would compare that to probably one of his best. I'm taking on 5 criminals as I'm walking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm walking across this catwalk or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
And I felt like, okay, Christian Bale really was doing some fighting choreography on that part in the suit. And I felt like that was a good scene. Just to represent Batman as that's tough guy.
Different type of scene to see Batman in that environment too, I thought.
It's always weird to see Batman in some place that's not like a dark alley. Like you see him in a club, you're like, that doesn't fit. Or like in the third movie, when you see him in broad daylight, you're like, wait a second, you can't be out during the day.
I think they tried to yank that into the Batman with Pattinson too. That exact scene,
it's very
flashing lights,
to some of the
dance
stuff
club, fighting, comes back.
Hey, so speaking of homages with, the neck thing, and then the Batman possibly paying tribute to this movie. There was 2 scenes in this movie that I wondered, are they doing this intentionally to kind of give credit to Nicholson's Joker? So the scene at the end when Batman finally captures the Joker and he's hanging upside down and he does a little like quote.
Yeah.
We have a very similar end to Jack Nicholson's Joker. Do you think that was intentional or just happenstance? So there's that one, and then the other one was when he is walking straight down the street, waiting for Batman to come at him, and he has like the Tommy gun or the Uzi or something. Yeah. Again, that's very similar to Michael Keaton's Batman when he's in the Batplane, Batjet, what's that called?
The Batwing.
Batwing. Yeah. When he's in
Batman 89,
coming down during the parade. Was that intentional? It just seemed very, very similar.
No, there's some rhyming there. I don't know if it's intentional or not. It could be.
I do have to point out, Justin, because that scene stands out to me, that Jack Nicholson hanging upside down scene. I thought exact same thing popped in my head, that it was a little nod to Michael Keaton, to Jack Nicholson's. But did you also notice when he was hanging upside down and they were having their little banter that Nolan swings the camera around to where he's upside right in an upside down world now? Mm-hmm. And I kind of felt like that was an intentional. The Joker is just upside down in our world. If we flip our world upside down, he's upside right. You know what I mean? Like, so he just is a complete anti-hero, of
I like
whatever.
that.
I thought it was very good, but
no, I like that because I think there's a practical thing for that too. We just get to watch the two of them like back and forth, see their conversation in the faces. But I love your take on that, Corey. I think there's absolutely some meaning to be taken.
That scene is so off-putting too, because it's clear he's upside down, his hair's standing up, his suit is coming off, and then just to watch it right side up, knowing
it's chaos.
It's hard to watch. Little irritant too. Batman is supposed to be an amazing fighter, right? That's like his whole jam. That's the only part of his personality that they didn't section off and give to somebody else. Gets beat up by the Joker like twice.
Yeah, I don't think they really hammer on him as kind of a student of Ra's al Ghul and ninja style in this one as they did in the first one. Batman Begins, it was all fighting, ninja, close up, like just hand to hand. He could.
Some of that, he could malfunction in the suit too, though, right?
What's that?
The suit malfunction, like the vision in his, because he had like the sonar thing, and then it was. Yeah. So there was kind of.
But the other time he gets kind of owned by the Joker was when he's in the party. Where right before he saves Rachel, like he's kind of fighting off a couple guys, and the Joker comes up and starts taking him on a little bit. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the Keaton Batman, when Keaton goes against the Joker, I love it. When he finally like face to face with the Joker, he just beats the crap out of him. Yeah. Joker even has to like put on glasses and be like, "You wouldn't hit a man with glasses," and then Batman's like, "Yes, I would." I guess I wanted some of that to show that like Joker is not a physical threat; he's more of like a psychological threat.
Yeah, he's not a physical threat.
But,
we got to move a little bit because we're running a little bit long, but I do want, just last thing I want to mention, Oscar nominated for best makeup but didn't win.
Other than
it's
Joker.
Interesting makeup. The Glasgow smile is a real interesting take on cut the.
Why is it called the Glasgow smile?
Look it up. It originated in Glasgow. It's not a good thing. While you're doing that, I'm going to talk about, we'll start moving down to setting and design. Also Oscar nominated for best art direction. Nathan Crowley's the production designer on this, who's done a ton of Nolan stuff. I wanted to make sure I'm keeping track of this guy now, since he's Been nominated 7 times for Academy Awards for Best Production Design. He did The Prestige, he did The Dark Knight, did Interstellar, Dunkirk, First Man, Tenet, and he also did Wicked, which he won for that. So locations, we talked about Chicago already quite a bit. So we recognize the streets as they're actually driving down there, and they're calling them out, which is kind of fun. Like Randolph Street. Let's see. One thing I thought was kind of interesting. The final confrontation is it's supposed to be Gotham Pruitt Building. That's an in construction Trump International Hotel and Tower. Just thought that was kind of an interesting photo.
Oh.
And the
Glasgow Smile originated in Scotland.
Yeah,
with English street gangs in the 20s
Brutal.
and 30s. Brutal. It was a form of like torture. Like you mess with the mob, and we give you the old Glasgow Smile.
Yeah,
according to Wikipedia.
Oh.
Thank you.
Dark.
Well, Wikipedia could be true. Sure, just gotta follow the links. The hospital that blows up is the Gotham General. Love that scene so much. It was a former, is it Brock's, the candy? Brock's, BRACH, candy factory was scheduled for demolition, and so
practical.
They blew it up.
And was the detonator's thing supposed to go like that, or was he really like?
Yeah, it was supposed to malfunction.
Okay.
I've seen like people claim that was accidental, and he just went with it, and those things are so precise and so planned. I cannot see that happening.
Yeah, no.
Also, they wouldn't have given the actual.
They don't mess up with dynamite.
The actor the actual detonator.
No, you'd never give it to an ordinary citizen.
That's rule number 1 in Dynamite. Jeez, guys.
That was a poll from Dark Knight Rises. And nobody laughed. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I didn't need to do the growl. You never know. Okay.
I understood that reference.
Oh, now I recognize the quote.
There you go. Okay. There was a few sets on this one. The Bat Bunker is a set.
Which apparently is used in like dozens of music videos.
I see it.
After this movie, I've seen it in other things. Well, I can't remember where, but I've like,
England.
It's in a what's Drake? Like Drake has a music video in there. Apparently, you can like rent it out, super expensive, but people rent it out for things.
So, and then I always forget that Hong Kong is actually in this film because he goes to Hong Kong, which is amazing.
Crazy.
And
that scene was hokey for me.
Corey, dude, what is with you tonight?
No,
what scene?
I told you.
Which part of that
me
scene?
off the show. This is where it happens. I felt like that was like Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, right? Is what this was. That scene where Tom Cruise is on the building. I know.
Yeah, it's also cool. Yes. Corey, do you just not
Craig, what
like
are we
cool
paying,
things
Corey?
anymore?
Can we cut his pay? Corey, we're cutting your pay in half. What's half of zero?
Batman goes to a foreign country and uses a C-130 plane to snatch a balloon out of the air.
That's a real thing.
I believe it's a real thing and awesome, but
let me just say, first time I saw that, I was like, oh, that's like they did on Alias, because I love Alias, and they did do that on Alias a few years before.
The premise behind it is great. Like,
it's a real thing.
Gonna go extradite. You're telling me that wouldn't have created an international incident? Your superhero came to our country. He's part of the government.
They don't know who Batman is.
We would have had the Sokovia Accords out of this kind of thing. That thing would have made it political problems.
No, there's. Come on, Justin, go for it, dude.
Okay, here's how I see this. One, they didn't know Batman did that. I don't think he ever identified. He doesn't walk in there and go, "I'm Batman."
Yeah,
maybe he does.
The security guy saw him.
But here's the
Who's
thing:
gonna believe him?
Batman is intertwined with Gotham, like the same way Spider-Man is intertwined with New York. To me, this is like this whole movie is about how far is Batman / Bruce Wayne willing to go? How far is he able to push his morals in order to fix the problem? Is he going to break his one rule to kill the Joker? And he decides, no, I'm not going to break my one rule. And for him to leave Gotham, to me, that was him like pushing the boundaries of what he is willing to do to solve this problem. Because he is, I mean, comic-wise, that's not true, but this movie has all been about Gotham. He's not out to save the world. He's out to save Gotham. And now he's like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go outside of the bounds of the law to do this.
And in the meantime, I'm also going to take the entire cast for the Russian ballet so that the girl I love cannot go watch it with her boyfriend. Like, okay.
Which seems really dumb. Like, you think one of those ballerinas would have been like, oh, yeah, he jumped off the boat and flew away in the middle of the trip.
Yes.
You're telling me none of those girls are going to speak up? Please.
Yeah. They're just working on their tans. So I guess, you're right. And I will say, Justin, you're right. Batman does push the boundary on a lot, especially with the phone sonar sensor thing.
So I want to talk about that.
That is an absolute privacy. That is, even Lucius Fox was like, this is wrong. So
yeah, the line. So in this, I had that inner set decoration, that R&D lab, just full of all those monitors, and the line that Lucius says, he says, "Beautiful, unethical, dangerous."
It is.
Which I think, just like what you said, you nailed it, Justin. Like, he's pushing his boundaries. Corey, you've said these two. Like, that's very much like one of the themes of this movie.
Without it, all those people die.
Yeah.
Every single one of them die. He does not save the clowns with guns who are actually the hostages. He does not save them. They're taken out by snipers.
Justification for the Bush era Patriot Act.
That's what I'm saying. Are we? Oh, this is the anti-hero method of, is it okay to have a morally gray thing for the greater good? I mean, there's a lot you could write with that. But.
Yeah, and this movie doesn't push one agenda or another. It asks the question, right? It doesn't. It's like the same thing with, like we talked about earlier, like burning the letter. Like, is that right or is it wrong? And then the next movie is going to kind of push back on that.
Yeah.
Such a good...
I mean, people have brought this up before, but who's to say Batman's not the villain? He's going around, like, think of the insurance premiums that he, like, creates in that city by beating the crap out of all those guys.
Mm-hmm. Destruction.
Like,
he can pay it.
I mean, they're down one hospital in Gotham, and he's sending, like, 20, 30 guys to the hospital a night. Man, they must just be like, man, Batman, freaking get a day job, dude. Stop beating up our people.
Anything else with props and stuff?
Yes. I'm going to point out this one because I had to get glasses today. I actually got fitted for glasses.
Craig. Oh, look at that.
And in doing so, they stood out to me. Alfred's half moon glasses are awesome. I thought they were fantastic. He has, when he's in the Batcave, he has these glasses that are straight on top and then a half moon underneath it.
It's like Dumbledore.
And I was like, oh, those glasses look amazing. Almost as good as Tony Stark's glasses. Like, I was like, those look amazing.
So I had written down, because I thought this was funny, when the mobile phone, when Fox is essentially the one who invents the sonar technology, and he says it's like and then he says like a submarine, which I always thought that was hilarious because, like, you mean like a bat?
Yeah. I love how he says
like
that.
A submarine.
Submarine.
Like, that's also a thing that uses sonar. Justin, I took your spot. What were you saying?
I just want to talk. I forgot what I was going to say. I want to. Couple things why this is not a perfect movie.
Okay.
I forgot. Hang on. Lost my train of thought. Oh, he's doing his detective work, right?
Yeah.
And he takes a bullet. Batman takes a bullet out of the wall.
Yeah.
And then somehow reforms the bullet to the point where he can pull a fingerprint off of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm calling bullcrap. Nope.
That's the one supernatural part that Christopher Nolan left in this movie.
I don't mind it.
That was insane.
Supernatural.
Every time I watch that, I'm like, that's
again. He jumped out of that building and landed on a car and didn't die. I mean, you just have to kind of go with certain stuff.
It had really good suspension, Craig.
He left the Joker into the party, and we just
even like jumping down on Scarecrow's van, like that would have shattered his knees.
Well, he has knee problems in the next one.
That's true. No cartilage.
True.
That's true.
It's true. Also, I've always been confused that the fairly iconic scene. Sorry, this has nothing to do. There's zero segue here. I'm just looking at pictures. That iconic scene where, like, the Joker is driving away in the police car and he has his head out the window like a dog.
Yes.
And he's just like loving life.
Yeah.
What is happening there? Because is he driving
Who's
the car?
driving?
Someone else is driving.
Because he's in like
in the back seat.
His head is out the back seat.
Yeah.
Or the
someone else is driving.
Or is he just like leaning really far back?
Now is that scene interspersed with Batman standing in the rubble? Because
because it's right after he gets out of prison.
Some of these are like, it looks cool. Like that's a shot that looks cool. There's going to be some of that.
That was in the trailer. That was everything. I remember seeing that scene everywhere.
And I think, it is the, he's the dog, chasing cars. He didn't know what to do if he got one. So I'm looking at characters. Anything that we hadn't covered? We didn't really talk about. Gary Oldman is great in this.
Gary Oldman.
Heath Ledger. I'm always surprised because I forget he was 28.
Wow.
When he died, accidental prescription drug overdose.
Yeah. He was only sleeping 2 hours a night.
Yeah, I mean, he.
Movie, I don't know if it was this movie, but like other stuff, like he just, apparently his His brain was just go, go, go. They said if he wouldn't have had hydrocodone and oxycodone that night with the other stuff he was taking, he wouldn't have died. But.
Yeah. I mean, we alluded to here's one for you. So we alluded to Maggie Gyllenhaal a couple of times. Who's a worse actor, her or Katie Holmes?
Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
The worst actor.
I think they're both trash.
I think Katie Holmes is probably worse, but this is going to sound really mean. I really hate looking at Gyllenhaal's face.
She's not an attractive woman.
Every time she shows, and like this is coming from like
She is plain. I'm not gonna lie to you, Justin.
No, it's
I
not
agree.
even plain. It's like she shows up and like, ugh, oh my goodness. That's why this movie didn't win like the makeup award. It's like someone should have done something about her.
Well, yeah, because Joker does that too. He's like,
Katie
hello,
Holmes
beautiful.
is way
You are
prettier.
beautiful.
Yeah,
like
she.
I don't know. Like even Heath Ledger couldn't deliver that line. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful.
Like she's on the rooftop with him in that one scene, and he's talking to her, and I was like, man, I don't know if this is not a Bruce Wayne girl. So
no, I know. Shouts to
why recast it as?
Well, she left. She left the film.
Were they out of money?
No, she went to go make another movie.
No, I know why they recast it, but why her?
I don't know.
Like they're like, oh man, we spent all of our budget, guys. Oh well, I guess we'll just get this.
Shouts to Nicky Katt, who plays he was in Insomnia. Rest in peace, Nicky Katt. He plays the smart ass guy in the SWAT van. You're like, I didn't sign up for this. That guy. He's been in a ton of different stuff. And Nestor Carbonell as Mayor Anthony Garcia.
Oh, Sean 2.0.
Yes.
And he wore dark eyeliner in this movie too. I was like, is he Declan? He's Declan from Psych.
That's his natural eyelashes.
A couple episodes ago, I had that really stupid moment where I thought this was the other actor.
He's a beautiful man.
You thought it was the guy from Elektra?
Yeah, that was really
the guy
embarrassing.
from Psych.
It's the guy from Lost, Corey.
The guy who plays the mayor?
Yeah.
He's from
Richard Albert
from Psych.
Lost. Yes, he's in Psych.
It was the early 2000s. Eye makeup on a man was more accepted.
It's not eye makeup.
Emos. What?
It's not eye makeup. That's the man's.
You can't tell me
he
that's
naturally
not eye
has
makeup.
That is naturally his.
He's
eyelashes.
the only guy who does not have white lights in his eyes.
Yeah.
By the way, at the end of the movie, I'm just going to say that because it stood out to me. I was like, man, his eyes are dark.
Oh,
he has beautiful eyes. Then
I'm going to throw this name out there because this is a throwaway character, but this guy has been in some legendary movies. Okay, Ron Dean. Do you even know him? He's the first guy that Harvey kills when he becomes bad.
Oh, okay.
He's like a mobster in every movie.
He's the detective. No, Ron Dean. Because
he's in The Fugitive too.
He is in The Fugitive with Tommy Lee Jones. He's in The Package with Gene Hackman. He's on an episode of T.J. Hooker with William Shatner. He has been in tons of TV shows, movies, Law and Order, NYPD, all these shows. He was in a Steven Seagal movie, which is why I recognized him.
Was he in Under Siege? Because that's also the.
I think it was.
Why are you watching Steven Seagal movies?
No, first off, he was.
That's Andrew Davis, who also did The Fugitive.
He was in with Risky Business with Tom Cruise, The Color of Money, and Cocktail.
Ron Dean is getting his flowers for the first time ever on our show.
I'm just telling you, like I watched
Ron Dean fans.
Well, he always plays this like annoying cop, and in this movie, he was the same thing. Like If you're listening right now, please just go look up Ron Dean because
I'm feeling better
nobody knows who this guy is.
I'm feeling better about Corey's take on my last monologue as much as he likes Ron Dean.
Oh, it comes out of the thing, and Ron Dean's just standing there looking all mad, and I go, "That's the guy from the Steven Seagal movie."
Oh my lord!
And sure enough, so The Fugitive takes place in this universe anyway.
Okay,
just pointing it out.
All right. Hey, David Dismalchin's in this.
Who's that?
Polka Dot Man.
Oh,
I love Polka Dot Man.
He's a schizophrenic in this movie.
Schizophrenic guy.
He's
Thomas
good.
Schiff.
He's also in Blade Runner 2049.
Yes,
That's
he is.
Terrible movie.
And Dune.
Probably, but that just killed his
Corey,
career.
I just feel like you're trying to get people mad today.
Yeah.
I just bring up 2049. You're like,
Corey does not like Blade Runner or Blade Runner 2049. He hasn't seen 2049.
Corey doesn't like good things.
He hasn't seen 2049.
I did. I fell asleep in it.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It gets better every time I see it. Yep. Let's see anything else. Anthony Michael Hall plays the reporter Mike Engel. That was nice to see him.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent?
I love him.
Like,
I think
well
he's great.
cast or no?
Absolutely.
Maybe one of the only few movies with Aaron Eckhart I liked him in.
Oh, I like The Core. Have you seen The Core? It's terrible.
It's terrible, and I love it.
He's like Armageddon, but like they go in the earth instead of out.
It's so terrible.
He's in Aaron Brockovich. He's really good in that. I've seen Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah.
It's a great film.
I thought it was
Different
good.
from
I feel like the Two-Face CGI, which is like he never uses CGI, but you kind of have to use CGI when you want that level of disgusting. I couldn't decide if it aged well. Did it age well?
I couldn't decide either.
I thought it did.
Because there are parts where I'm like, wow, that is really intricate and cool looking, but the other parts where you're like, that looks fake.
Yeah, and that's the thing that will take me out a little bit because like there's no way he could live
brush his teeth
with like that much exposed.
Yeah, and like function.
He would have
around.
a heck of a lisp.
Pronounce word. I do like
just try
the little
to pronounce
details.
the word.
He still had his tie and his collar, and every time like on his white shirt, you saw like flakes of his skin like on his collar, like burnt flakes of his skin.
I remember that.
I love those little details.
Like little blood would get on there.
Oh.
Yeah,
gross. All right,
you can see like his like jawbone and stuff. It's disgusting.
Okay. So I'm looking at
I
Hero's
think the
Journey.
point is Ron Dean is really the hero of this film.
Ron Dean is the hero. So we talked about a lot of this stuff, right? I'm just looking through. We talked about the escalation thing, what lengths one has to go, what limits. I mean, that's the thing Alfred says, know your limits. Batman can't have limits. Well, some questions. I just had more questions because I think this film just asks interesting questions. Like, was Batman heroic by preserving his identity and letting people die?
Well,
I mean, Alfred makes a point of like he's doing the thing. He's not being a hero. That's that's the sacrifice that he's making, which is a really interesting take, I think.
Alfred, I got to tell you this. Alfred, I feel like this movie gets a lot of things right with Alfred and Bruce Wayne.
Probably the best Alfred.
I love Jeremy Irons, but this Alfred
I don't like him as Alfred,
Batman vs Superman Alfreds are the two best Alfred takes of anything because this one's like parental and father figure and justice, but also brings in like some of his stories. And so I felt like this one was the voice of wisdom, and he really focused on like keeping Bruce Wayne's humanity, like not letting him get so lost in it. I don't know. I felt like this was a fantastic. Him and Alfred, their banter back and forth in the this one's Batcave is incredible.
Yeah, this has like some of the levity. There's a little bit of levity in this movie,
yes.
right? He's like, I'm gonna tell him those all your idea.
Yeah,
that whole bit,
just that
hilarious.
Like, it just is. You can't fake this, and I think Christian Bale and Michael Caine must really have been friends in this movie because you can't fake that. That was good.
I mean, they do a couple other Christopher Nolan movies. I mean, they're in Prestige together as well.
Just in the Prestige.
Yes. So they must.
Well, we're gonna see Michael Caine a lot coming up here.
Yeah.
Question for more of a philosophical, not about the movies. Do you think it? So some iterations of Batman have the one rule, some iterations don't. Obviously, the Batfleck doesn't. He's got no issue killing. Do you think he's right to not kill?
This Batman
Wait,
killed.
Did you say? You telling me no one died in that warehouse?
Batman
No,
killed a
that's what
couple
I'm saying.
dogs.
I'm saying like that's a more complicated issue. Like that Batfleck kills because of where he's at in his journey. That's a desperate, beaten down.
Yes.
Batman.
Well,
Right?
yeah,
That's
because
been
so the
through
comic
some
that one's
stuff.
based
Beautiful.
on, it's an older Batman, and he is just like tired of it. He's like, I'm sick of this fight. Like
So that's
done.
what
Jaded.
goes back to your question, which I think is a really interesting one. Like, had Batman, especially in the comics, like had he killed the Joker early on, how many people has the Joker killed after the fact that Batman didn't kill him?
Yeah, like at some
is
point
he
you have to go,
responsible
this
for
guy
all of
is
this?
not going to come around. He's not going to be rehabilitated.
He
He's
reflects
going to
on that
escape
at the
Arkham
end.
every time.
When Rachel dies and he's talking to Alfred, and Alfred was gonna give him the letter, he reflects on I felt like he reflected on the Joker and this no kill rule and everything that's gone on. Like I kind of felt like that's when he was sitting there like, do I kill him? Or, like I felt that's where this could have gone in story in another movie is the Killing Joke kind of take on it.
Yeah.
One bad day, all that stuff.
I can't, you and I've been going back and forth and I can't keep going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had along those lines, like, is Harvey really a bad guy? Like, think about the people that he kills.
They're
I mean,
all
if you're
dirty.
you're gonna start going into you start going into like
Except the kid that he was trying to kill.
grayness of morality, and he doesn't kill any quote unquote good people.
Yeah, he's just Batman without the rule.
Yes, he's a vigilante.
He's just using the No Country for Old Men gold coin, the quarter.
Great film. Yeah, no, I thought that was a really interesting take on that. Two-Face is not really a traditional villain. Maybe anti-hero, maybe. I don't know I don't even know how you qualify. But again, this film just asks so many questions.
No, he tries to kill the kid at the end. That
Nolan does this. He brings in so many questions.
I think that's a good one. That's a good point, Justin. Like by the time he gets to the end,
it was Corey's point. I took his point.
You did. I did say it.
Okay, well, yeah, good point. Sorry, yeah, the fact that he was going to kill James Gordon Jr. He's absolutely crossed the line there. Then that's just about vengeance, right? Yeah. That's like my family died, so that whole thing. So yeah, at that point he's crossed the line. So that's a good point. Yeah, didn't think of it that way, but
also I don't like the desaturation of modern media and the word family. Family is a very distinct thing in our society. I'm sorry, Dogface Maggie, whatever, Gyllenhaal was not your family.
That's true.
It wasn't even your wife. Just dating.
Yeah.
Cool it.
That's a good point. That line always kind of struck me as odd, Justin. So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not family.
Okay.
If anything, I think Bruce was more family with her because
we never see the room that she's in. There could have been other people in that room. Maybe he had a grandma back in there. So like, yeah,
that's true. That's true.
My cousin, kind of thing over there in the corner.
So not.
We gotta focus on Maggie.
Okay. World building stuff. I just ultimately just builds on the hyperrealism from the first film. There are obviously some things like the bullet thing, and that's a little bit of you got a kind of hand wavy whether or not that could actually happen. The science of that landed on the car, but for the most part, it's like there's not really supernatural stuff per se.
Yeah, I mean,
the bullet. That's supernatural. Fingerprint.
It's villain registry. The Joker is probably the least supernatural of them all. Like in the comics, Bane is pretty supernatural, and like Ra's al Ghul is obviously pretty supernatural. But yeah, Joker's pretty low key.
Yeah,
he's just a crazy dude.
Well, is he crazy?
Is he? I don't know.
He's a chaos agent.
I'm just not. I'm not.
No,
he's not. I'm not. I don't know. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, final thoughts on The Dark Knight. Corey, I'm starting with you.
I think this movie does a lot of things right, Craig. It gets Alfred and Bruce Wayne's relationship and banter absolutely right. Nails it perfectly. I think it is an influential film. I absolutely agree with you when you said this kind of sets the stage for so many superhero films to come later. And I think Nolan, in his style, absolutely puts together a tale. This movie is definitely like an epic movie. This story takes so many different turns along the way and continues to go. There's one point after watching it an hour, I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, I still have 90 minutes left. And so I feel like it is a definite long tail. I do think this is the best of all Christian Bale Batman's movies. And the Joker and the Batman in this movie are tremendous. I think this right here is a perfect second place, but perfect Batman movie as well. So I agree. I love it. I think it's great. I hold this below Batman versus Superman as far, but I would tell you that both of those movies together are perfect Batman tales. Everything else is just falls underneath somewhere.
Justin.
Do you still like Batman vs Superman more, Corey?
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's hard to compare those two. Very different movies.
I think that supernatural element exists for me. I have to. You're telling me to suspend my belief in the supernatural, but to keep my belief that a man in a cape is going to be doing all these things that I can't suspend all my beliefs. I gotta embrace it. I get it all, So
I think we need to do an episode sometime where we rank all of like who's your best Batman, who's your best Bruce Wayne, who's your best Alfred, who's your best, like Batmobile. We kind of touched on it in these, but that would be fun to talk about.
I agree. That would be fun.
Side characters. Who's your favorite? Yeah, like some of these side characters on these superhero movies.
But yeah, final thoughts. I mean, this is a solid one for Nolan. It might be his most popular movie. No, I don't know. He's got some pretty Interstellar, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He's got a lot of popular movies. Yeah. Anyway, solid film. I do think if you take Heath Ledger out, like he obviously stole the show. Like that is this movie. What came out 17 years ago, and people like still quote that guy. People that weren't even alive when this movie came out. Like it is a character that has just like risen above time and just like exists, right? And same with Joker. Like I feel like Joker overall, like Heath Ledger kind of propelled Joker into the limelight for everyone, because even if you look at like the Dark Knight games, which they're not Dark Knight, Arkham games, like those are fantastic games, and the Joker is the main villain in there, and I feel like he took a little bit of his cues from Heath Ledger, maybe not, but yeah, just overall, this is one of those movies that people are going to be watching, 20, 30, 40 years from now to analyze. Of the three Nolan Batman films, this is probably the one that's going to stand out the most. And I feel like, yeah, Heath Ledger kind of nailed it. And then Nolan's like extreme desire to stay away from green screens and CGI, just it ages really well. Like you look at the one CGI, not the one, but the major CGI used in the film with Harvey Dent's face, and that's the one thing that kind of pulls you out of it quite a bit. So his lack of CGI, I don't know. I think that's why Christopher Nolan, his movies feel so timeless and relevant, because he goes that extra mile to make sure that he's not just adding details through CGI, and he's great at it, and he hits it out of the park with this one too.
Well, and I agree with you. This movie holds up, Justin. Here we are. I mean, when was this? 2008?
Mm-hmm. 2008, yeah.
I mean, to me, that feels like 5 years ago, but apparently that's 17 years ago, and this movie's held up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I agree. Like it's absolutely hold up. I don't feel like I know it's long, but I don't feel like there's anything in this film that's wasted. I'm at no point in watching this film am I bored. I'm always entertained, and for me, this is unequivocally the best comic book movie ever made. I don't know if they'll be
what?
Yeah.
What? Whoa.
Yes.
Okay, we're bringing it back.
Whoa.
I'm getting down to the show now.
It's my opinion. I do think that to fully appreciate this movie, I do think that Heat is required viewing. I think that you really do need to see Heat, and I think you'll appreciate that movie and this movie even more. So I would highly, highly encourage both of you and all of our listeners to check out Heat. It's on Prime. Put it on there. Watch it. It's 2 hours. It's really, really good.
Best comic book movie of all time, though.
Yes. Well, what's better than
this?
You know
what? Craig, I can get it because this arc and story through this whole thing and the Joker burning everything down.
Yeah.
And what he does to Harvey. This movie, Nolan does it that the Batman with Pattinson missed. Like, it's the same premise. The villain gets arrested and then has a big scheme that goes and sets in motion. This same thing here. Villain gets arrested, sets a scheme in motion. But this movie does it where I think the Batman doesn't.
Yeah, see, I think the Batman, because of this movie, the Batman is kind of redundant. Like, I enjoyed that movie. There's a lot of that movie I really like, but I'm also like, it's a realistic take on Batman. Yeah, that's what this was. It's a grounded. That's what this was. I don't need to see that again. I've already seen that here. So for me, it's really, with all the questions that this film asks, the nature of heroism, what that is, the ending. It is the end. That's always true for me though. Like, I'll start watching a movie, I can decide pretty quickly whether or not I'm liking the movie or not, and then I get to a certain point, I'm like, okay, well, if this ends well, then I'm really going to like this movie. And the way that this movie ends, for me, is just like, yep, it's brilliant, it's bold, it's powerful. I was just in shock that a movie ended where, like, okay, no, Batman's the bad guy now? What the heck? How did this have to struggle with that? For me, that just put it over the top as, yes, the way that I felt walking out of the theater, yeah, okay. This movie challenged me, and I love the fact that it did. I like movies that do that. So for me, that's why it transcends. It's kind of like, it's not, we talked about this earlier. It's a crime drama with like superhero kind of dressings. So it's not a traditional comic book movie at all. So to say that it's the best one is also, it's kind of a weird statement. But I think the fact that it's not a traditional comic book movie is what makes it really great for me.
I respect your opinion, Craig, but I'm gonna throw out a couple. Like, I don't think it's too crazy to say this is the best comic book movie. I'm gonna throw out a couple of alternatives though that I think in my mind would probably like also contend for number one spot. Into the Spider-Verse.
No.
The Incredibles. I freaking love that movie.
I like both those movies quite a bit.
The plot for that's Iron Man 3.
Iron Man.
I love Iron Man, but not as much as this. Same year.
Logan.
Also.
No, I hate that one.
Logan because of it. One, it's amazing. Two, because it's the capstone of that character that had been around for so long.
Deadpool, and Wolverine, maybe.
What's that?
Deadpool, Wolverine. Yes, I love that one. I think that could contend.
I do like that movie, but I'm sad
I don't
that
think
they brought back.
It's not a great movie.
And then you're not going to like this, Craig, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Avengers, but only because of what it did as a movie.
I mean, I love the Avengers. I love all of those
the
movies.
achievement of that movie.
Yeah, no, but I think just I think if some of it is the fact that my taste is. I mentioned this earlier, like the way that my tastes have changed. I mentioned this, like with Blade Runner, as a young man, I didn't appreciate it as much. With Heat, I didn't appreciate it as much. That my tastes now have gone to, I want you to challenge me. It's like there's a lot of fun in this movie too. Like there are just action sequences, like all the stuff with all the shit which we didn't really talk about, like the whole thing with Harvey Dent in the SWAT van and the Joker with the semi chasing him and like the bazooka, and then the tumbler comes running out, and then the toys, and the bat pod come. All that whole flips the like all that is just ridiculous action set piece, and you know how much of it's real. Yeah, absolutely blows my mind, and the fact that it is real makes it hold up, right? The fact that it's not CGI, it has an actual weight to it, so it has all of that stuff. Yeah. So. Yeah, so that's just where I land.
Not a bad opinion. I'm just saying, like, to just brazenly throw that out there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy, Craig, is now that's a whole nother podcast. Is just I'm just saying that you're bringing up this idea that your tastes have changed in movies over time, and so you realize the popularity of a movie in its run and how people look and say, "Oh, it made so much money. It's so popular. It's good on." Like, doesn't always support what someone who views the movie 20 years later and then gives it the credit that is due.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of...
Well, we talk about that with BVS,
it's like the mediums have all changed and our timings have all changed, that where it's like all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, this was a fantastic movie, and it was unappreciated.
17 years ago, I had no appreciation for Ron Dean, but now...
You do now.
Corey, we talked about that. Like BVS is like, it's in the 20%, it's like 27% Rotten Tomatoes, and I think that film has only gotten better with age. And I think, like the more people watch it later on, they're going to appreciate it more.
Yeah, it's a I think really you're well-made film. There are movies that hold up like that.
So, and especially also as films, like, there just hasn't been that many good films recently. So you kind of go back and revisit and go.
And so you definitely
that's how people used to know how to make films.
You just can't take and say, oh, well, here it was a box office success, so that makes it a good movie. No, you cannot, Superman. So I'm just saying, just because you made so much money does not mean Superman. That you are. It was all right.
Well, no, box office does not equal great film.
Thank you.
You didn't like Superman, Corey? Man, we have so much to talk about.
We do. We got to talk about Superman at some point. We'll do it later. Anything else? Final thoughts before we get out of here, because we are running super long. Yeah, but that's worth it. I mean, it's a good film.
I feel like this should have been. We probably should have done a two-parter on this movie. There's a lot in this movie.
Well, that's what social media is for.
Here we are.
Yeah, put that stuff in the Facebook group. Let's get it done. So we are going to get out of here, and as we do, we just want to say thank you so much for listening. And if you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook. Email us at readingbetweenreels@gmail.com, or use the SpeakPipe app on our website. And if you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, subscribe, and be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. It absolutely helps the show and helps us reach more people. So please do that. And one last thing, our next episode will be a review of Inception, another great Christopher Nolan film. Send us an email or voicemail about your favorite moments from Inception, and we'll share it on the next episode.